Okay, so apparently I dressed super appropriately for today. My Star Wars Weekends jacket, Star Wars Weekends shirt, because I don't know if the rest of you have heard it yet or not, but it's just been announced that Disney is buying, I don't know, Lucasfilms, and within that, the rights to Star Wars. Biggest deal about all that is the fact that that means that they've just announced that they're coming up with Episode 7. Yeah, Star Wars Episode 7, projected launch 2015. Okay, I don't know if you understand how big of a deal this is to me right now. I mean, people, anytime somebody realizes that you're a Star Wars fan, they're always like, oh, and they ask you questions, and they're typically people that don't know anything about Star Wars, and they're always like, oh, so you think I'm coming out with the movie 7? I always give them an emphatic no, because Lucas always said he told his story. He originally had it set to go all the way to 9, but then decided to revamp Star Wars to focus on the Skywalker family, actually focus on Anakin, but obviously 4, 5, and 6 focuses more on the Skywalker family as a whole, but to focus on Anakin and thus have the movies end at 6. Not so anymore. Now that it's going to Disney, he's like, nah, I got some ideas for some movies, here you go, you can make one. So he's going to be a consultant, I think is what I read, a directional consultant type person for Episode 7 for 2015. Okay, the best part about this is, first Disney bought Marvel, and as soon as Disney announced that they were buying Marvel, I looked at my parents and I'm like, you guys should really buy stock in Disney, because it's about to go up. And sure enough, you look at the Avengers and the success they had with that, I was right there. Now Disney has gone ahead and they've bought Lucasfilm. Regardless of what you think of the prequels, regardless of what you think of Star Wars as a whole, you cannot deny the fact that Lucasfilm, in its entirety, is this amazing company that is, just so many things going for it. Like, you could hate Star Wars, it doesn't matter, because you know what? Half the movies you watch, watch the credits, the thing that you ignore, you'll see Skywalker sound in there, Lucasfilm Ltd, because they got their hands in everything. I mean, they were the pioneers of special effects for this. Oh my gosh, I can't even handle this. Can't even handle this. So I mean, this is huge, because none of the questions are, like, it was just, I texted the person who got me into Star Wars. It's like, did you hear? No, they didn't. Come out with Episode 7. Oh my gosh, how far is it after RTG? Who are the main characters? What's happening? What is the plot? None of us know, because this wasn't supposed to happen. 1 through 6 was supposed to be the story. That was supposed to be the end of the story. Obviously, if you look at Mark Hamill, Carrie Fisher, and Harrison Ford, they are too old to play their characters again. I'm sorry to those people. But unless it's set a long distance into the future from Return of the Jedi, you guys are too old to play your characters again. Harrison Ford, you may have somewhat proved people wrong by playing, Indiana Jones again. But Han Solo, mind blown. Okay, so, I mean, this has a wide sweeping array of implications, because I understand a lot of people were upset with the prequels, mostly because it didn't fulfill what they were wanting, what they were expecting from the next Star Wars movie. But with ones that are going beyond Episode 6, there's this huge fear that it's going to mess with the canon that's in place. And I mean, yes, the prequels messed with some of the canon. It was all book canon. It was very, I want to say minute. It really wasn't. But, like, you could take out the parts that it screwed with from the books, and you were going to be fine. You were going to be perfectly okay. It was just like, you have these basically dates didn't line up, people's ages didn't work out right. That's all that happened. And the Clone Wars should have been, I don't know how much longer. Some bigger fan out there who knows more about the expanded universe could tell you. But the Clone Wars should have been longer, because when the original trilogy came out, people weren't allowed to write on what came before. And so all you got were allusions every once in a while. There was nothing really to ruin except for these few little things here and there. And again, somebody out there can prove me wrong, go right ahead, I don't even care, I'm ranting at this point. But with it moving forward, that's where most of this expanded universe is. I mean, obviously they're moving more and more, writing more and more in the back because there's so much more room to go with that. But they've written so much on what happens after 4, 5, and 6 that there's this huge possibility of screwing up canon. I don't... I mean, I also find it really ironic that right now, obviously, if you haven't noticed up in this corner, username Obi1362. This channel is usually used for video game playthroughs, and right now I'm doing Kingdom Hearts with Disney characters. You even realize the implications for the next Kingdom Hearts game, because Kingdom Hearts takes you through Disney worlds. You could legitimately now be playing the next Kingdom Hearts, and one of the planets be Tatooine. I mean, your little girl could want to dress up as a Disney princess, and you can say, okay, you could be Leia. Do you understand what I'm saying? Oh my gosh. But I mean, a lot of people are happy. Some people are happy to see this go out of Lucas's hands because, let's face it, a lot of people didn't like the prequels. I can understand that. I mean, the thing is, I had an unpublished episode for Let's Play where I actually defended the prequels. Even worse, I defended Jar Jar Binks, and I know, I'm sorry, you can shoot me later. But right now, the fact is, the prequels were still good, but this is taking it completely out of Lucas's hand. Well, not completely, because he's still consulting on it, but it's taking it out of Lucas's hands, and we're going to have new people putting together things to expand this universe that everybody's already come to know and love. Disney is going to make a killing on this. I mean, Star Wars Detours has already been announced, so there's already that coming into play. There's just... it's so mind-exploding. I can't even fathom this. But so, I mean, look at all the implications this has. Disney, with all of its resources, I mean, they're paying $4.05 billion for the Lucasfilm. That's like how much Star Wars grossed. I think Star Wars grossed 4.4 in box office. In box office. Okay? You understand the implications here? I don't know why I'm doing this. It doesn't make sense. But, so I mean, I don't know. What are your guys' opinion on this? Because, again, we have issue of what implications does this have for the next 3 movies? Because apparently we're getting 3 more. What implications does it have for that? Where's our storyline going? Is it going to be better? Is it going to be worse? What's going to happen with this? And with that storyline, who's going to be in it? Do we get Ewan McGregor back as Obi-Wan? Because that would be cool, but he needs to be 50 years older and dead, actually. I mean, if Hayden Christensen comes back, I swear I will not go see them. But I mean, nevertheless, you have this... What implications does this have for Disney? Any of you who has stock in Disney, you should be throwing a party tonight, because heaven knows you guys are going to be doing fantastic once in 2015, because that's also when Avengers 2 comes out. So I don't... But what are your thoughts on this whole thing that just occurred? Between my rambling and what's just happened, having Disney, who's been this huge colossus of the entertainment industry, combining with Lucasfilm, who has given us the greatest huge universe, fictional universe ever, combining all these stuff together. And I mean, first Disney bought out Pixar. That clearly went well. They bought out Marvel. Look at the Avengers and tell me that didn't go well. Okay? Now they bought out Lucasfilm. Like, I've been curious how they're supposed to try to keep Star Wars alive after Lucas. I mean, considering there were going to be no more movies. This is the answer to that. But it still doesn't tell me what implications this has for that. So, obviously a number of people who watch this aren't going to be as big Star Wars fans as I am, and they're going to think I'm really overreacting with this whole news. But even if you just look at it from an objective standpoint of the entertainment industry as a whole, one of the biggest entertainment companies in existence has taken the company that, as I said earlier, created one of the biggest and arguably, I'll admit it's arguably, one of the greatest fictional universes ever created, and they're combining and making more movies. I mean, I don't know. So, just in the comments below, let me just tell me what do you think about, like I said, implications either way. Obviously, I think Disney made a great choice there, clearly. And I'm excited to see what they do with the movies, but what do you think this is going to do for the next 3 Star Wars movies, since we're actually getting 3 more now? I'm trying to wrap my mind around this, and that's the biggest problem right now, so I apologize for this extreme excitedness. But again, jacket, shirt, this is how I dress on a normal day, okay? This was when I woke up this morning and didn't even know about this. So I mean, implications for that, implications for the entertainment industry as a whole. Disney's just going to monopolize the entertainment industry, because now they got superheroes, they got their Disney princesses, and now they've got Star Wars. Okay, I'm sorry, okay. Anyway, your thoughts in the comments below. What you think or what you hope to see in the next Star Wars movies. And anything else that I forgot because I was freaking out at this amazing news. Remember that. This amazing news. Alright, so this has been Obi-Wan362, and see you guys in my next video, which will probably be video game footage since that's what I normally do, but if more super amazing nerd info happens like this one, you might hear from me sooner. Okay? See you guys.